So in the last video, we got to know a lot about e-learning. We have marked everything. We have understood all the rules of how we can go about a script once we get it. In this video, we're going to be studying about explainers. So there's not much of a difference between explainers and e-learning. So what happens, I'll tell you very simply. Explainers, e-learning is just explainers for hours. Okay, explainers are generally very small and e-learning is just long. It goes on for hours and hours and hours together. Okay, so sometimes these e-learning modules, they have a lot of things built into them and they're very long. Like they could be somewhere close to 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. It can go on for a very long time. The next thing that we'll study right now is explainers, and there's not much of a difference, but we'll follow the procedure and we'll study different emotions. In the last script in e-learning, we have studied like a very chirpy, normal, happy, and kind of very convincing tone, a sophisticated and friendly tone. In this, we'll study a different kind of a tone. We'll study two different scripts, and that will help you understand different tones and how they create the effect. All right. So let's go ahead and go to the script directly. So this is the script that we are going to go about. Effective communication. It's a project that I received around 8 or 9 months ago, and it was about um, a small video of 5 to 10 minutes, which was supposed to explain kids about effective communication, how effective communication changes everything, and how effective communication is a good part of their lives. So, first things first, you will mark all the punctuations. After that, we'll mark all the important stress words. After that, we'll just either memorize the intonations or we'll mark them or we'll just try to understand. We'll do that all at once. But before that, let's understand the audience here. The audience here is generally people in the age group of 9 to, like, not 9, 14 to 16, 17. Okay. So 14 to 16-year-old kids, you have to just tell them very nicely. You have to be very conversational. You have to sound as if you're just a friend of theirs. Okay. In that way, you have to be little chirpy, happy, a friendly environment. Hey bro, what's up? You know what? This is what you should be doing and this is what happens. You should be very nice and helpful to them. Okay. You can't be really sophisticated. You can't add a lot of technical kind of pronunciations to them. Okay. You have to be very conversational. Imagine a 16 or 17-year-old kid, 14, 15, 16-year-old kid, and imagine talking to them. That is the tone that we will be maintaining for this script. Let's go ahead and, let's mark the punctuations if you want. Let's mark the punctuations. Think of an example of a DTH connection. DTH connection is important. We'll just mark it. Okay. A TV station would transmit signal and dish antenna receiver at that time. Who will send the signal? Again, the who, what, when question. TV station. They would decode the signal and relay. What would they do? Decode. And relay the television channel on your screen. Whose screen? Your screen. The communication model is similar to the simple process. The communication model is similar to what? To this simple process. Where you would encode your thoughts and signals. You will encode what? Thoughts, and transmit them to words, actions, and messages. Words, actions, and the message is decoded by the audience. However, unlike your TV, which is a one-way street, effective communication works both ways. While the receiver decodes your communication, they also share feedback They share what? In terms of their response. These feedbacks help you to fine tune further or customize your communication. Do what? Customize. For any communication transaction to be effective, to be what? Effective, the feedback loop must be robust. The feedback loop must be what? Robust and complete. Okay, we have marked all the important words. Now we'll try to mark the punctuations. I mean, this is an example of a DTH. A TV center would transmit a signal while the dish antenna at your home. After receiver, you can put a grammar. Small pause, normal pause. At your home would decode the signal and relay. Here will there's already an and there. We'll mark a small pause there, not a very big one. And relay the television channel on your screen. The communication model is similar. Here, a small medium pause is similar to this simple process where a normal pause where you would encode your thoughts and transmit them through your words, transmit them, small pause, through words and actions, and the message is decoded, okay, by the audience. However, unlike your TV channel, which is a one-way street, effective communication works both ways. While the receiver decodes their communication, they also share feedback in terms of their response. These feedbacks help you to fine-tune further or customize the communication. For any communication as a transaction to be effective, the feedback loop must be robust and complete. So I think these are the most important punctuations which we have marked. Now, I mean, you already must have given a dry read to it. Just give it a dry read. Just go through it. See all the sentences, all the words, and all what is necessary for the script. Now we have to keep the script very conversational. Okay, like you're speaking to someone. A very conversational script. You have to speak as if you're already speaking. Now, imagine a 16-year-old in your mind and imagine him sitting right in front of you. Okay, and you have to say this to him. You have to explain to him why effective communication is important. You'll make him understand in a very nice tone, right? Okay, so the tone has to be mild and conversational. You will hear this word a lot of times, like a lot of scripts and a lot of clients will ask you to keep the voiceover conversational. Conversational means something like imagining someone who is before you and you're speaking to them. Okay, so I will show you how I would say this, and we can of course go ahead. Intonations, I want you to mark the intonations. You'll have the script, of course. I want you to mark the intonations and see where exactly you can stress and where exactly you can have a falling intonation. Think of an example of a DTH connection. So this has to be very nice and you have to be very warm to them. So I'll just give you an example. Think of an example of a DTH connection. A TV station sender would transmit a signal while the dish antenna receiver at your home would decode the signal and relay the television channel on your screen. The communication model is similar to this simple process, where you would encode your thoughts and transmit them through words and actions, and the message is decoded by the audience. However, unlike your TV channel, which is a one-way street, effective communication works both ways. While the receiver decodes your communication, they also share feedback in terms of their response. This feedback helps you to fine-tune further or customize your communication. For any communication as a transaction to be effective, the feedback loop must be robust and complete. See, I literally explained it as if I'm explaining to a very small kid, which is true. Okay, so I could do this in a very professional way. Think of an example of a DTH connection. A TV station transmitter, a TV station sender would transmit a signal while the dish antenna receiver at your home would decode the signal and relay the television channel on your screen. The communication model is similar to this simple process where you would encode your thoughts and transmit them through words and action, and the message is decoded by the audience. This sounds very professional. It sounds as if I'm explaining some product. But no, here we are explaining to a kid. We have to be very conversational. I can even do it better. Let me do it. Think of an example of a DTH connection. A TV station sender would transmit a signal while the dish antenna receiver at your home would decode the signal and relay the television channel on your screen. The communication model is similar to this simple process where you would encode your thoughts and transmit them through words and actions, and the message is decoded by the audience. However, unlike your TV channel, which is a one-way street, effective communication works both ways. While the receiver decodes your communication, they also share feedback in terms of their response. This feedback helps you to fine tune further or customize your communication. For any communication as it for any communication as a transaction to be effective, the feedback loop must be robust and complete. This is another way of doing it. A little more excitement, a little more making like decreasing their age. You're just making sure that you're explaining to a 10-year-old kid now. You can alter this in any way, but make sure that you step into the shoes of a teacher and behave as the teacher would behave. Okay, these explainers are generally about products or some kind of event or some kind of phenomenon, or it could be something about a textbook, it could be some event, it could be about generally explaining about the event. Okay, and in that case, and it is generally very small, like very very small, it's like 1 or 2 or 3 minutes. Generally most of the explainers that I have received over these times, they were only 1 or 2 or maximum 3 minutes. Explainers are very small, and you have to convey a lot of emotions, and you have to just make sure that you are understood. Okay, so these are very small, nice and simple explanations. We'll just try another one. Outlook XP. This is I have not done this project. I have just found a script for you. This video will show you. So just give it a dry read. This one only this section. Rest of the scripts are for your practice. This video will show you how to create a new email account in Outlook XP. The first step in creating a new email account is to open Outlook XP. Once the program is open, move your mouse to the upper hand menu and click the Tools button. Scroll down, click Email Accounts. The Email Accounts box will appear. Select the Add New Email Account option and then click Next. You will now be prompted to enter the type of server that operates your email account. Select POP3 and click Next. So this is a very simple product explanation and how to use your product. A very short and simple 1 or 2 minute kind of an explanation. Okay, so the same logic. We have to do the same thing. This video will show you how to create. This video, you can highlight this. This video will show you Outlook XP. Outlook XP. All the brand names or the company names or anything that is the ownership of the company, you have to highlight it. The first step in creating a new email account is open Outlook XP. Once the program is open, move your mouse to the upper hand. Oops. Move your mouse to the upper hand menu and click the Tools button. Click what? Tools button. Scroll down and click Email Accounts. Click what? All these quotations, which is very important, which is a part of the sentence, you have to highlight them. The email accounts box will appear. Email accounts box will appear. Select the Add New. All of these are vital information option and then click what? Next. And you will be prompted and to enter the type of server. Prompted to enter what? Type of server that operates your email account. Select POP3. Okay, so this is very simple. You have to just explain the product to them and you have to be nice, warm. Let's define an emotion for this. Let's be warm and friendly, conversational. Okay, And you can also make it happy. Not happy exactly, also professional. Okay. You have to do all of this, but also have to be professional. So, how will you do it? Try it on your own. Say it once. Try to step into the shoes of a salesman who is trying to sell, who is giving a product demo to the client on Zoom, maybe Zoom or in real. He's trying to explain, hey, hello, sir, you know what? I mean, you know how to create Outlook XP? This is how you do it. Then you click on this, and this is what will happen. And you know what? Email accounts is the section where most of the action happens. And after that, you can select POP3. They will be so warm and nice and friendly and gentle and completely professional. Step into those shoes and imagine, like, close your eyes for like 1 minute, a minute or two. Just try to imagine, like, there's one old man sitting next to you, like someone who is in their 60s and 70s, 65s. Some, like, close your eyes and just imagine what I say. There's an old man in their 65 who's 65-year old, and you're explaining how to use Outlook XP. Like, feel those keys, like, feel the trackpad, and just watch them looking at you curiously, and they are expecting you to tell it to them in a very nice manner. They're watching you, and you look back at them, and you're trying to make them understand so that you don't have to explain it to them again. Hence, you're trying to be very nice, calm, warm, polite, ready to solve any of their doubts if they have, because you just want to see them smile. Come back and recite the sentence. See, all of these intonations and inflections and all of these uh, punctuations and all of that, all of what I have told you, this will work. Most of the time, this will work. But what will work most is going straight into those emotions and portraying those emotions in the script. Like, visualize all of this. Just every time that you get a script, visualize the audience and try to imagine how you would be explaining how you will be explaining it to them. Okay, so let's just do the script. Even I just stepped into those emotions. This video will show you how to create an email account in Outlook XP. The first step in creating an email account is to open Outlook XP. Once the program is open, move your mouse to the upper hand menu and click the Tools button. Scroll down and click Email Accounts. The Email Accounts box will appear. Select the Add a New Email Account option and then click Next. You will now be prompted to enter the type of server that operates your email account. Select POP3 and click Next. Easy, isn't it? Isn't it easy? Was it so difficult? No, right? So, the idea is to just step into the shoes and imagine. Now, we have done a lot of chirpy and happy scripts. Okay, let's just go ahead and do a different kind of script. So, this, this is like a Hawaii, an advertisement about Hawaii. So, Hawaii is a very remote place it's somewhere where it's surrounded by waters everywhere. So, every time that you think of a place of this kind, what would you really imagine? You would imagine serenity. You would be calm. You're there to chill out. You're not there to just mess around with your already messed up life. Right? You're there to calm yourself. You're there for an escape. Okay. I can't really convince you to come visit Hawaii by asking you to come visit Hawaii in a very happy and pressing tone. Can I? I would want you to believe the kind of serenity you will get once you arrive at Hawaii. Isn't it? So, in these kind of scripts, like you will want to like go into those emotions. Hawaii, serenity, nice weather, some people enjoying their lives, some nice music playing around, someone dancing to those Hawaiian traditional songs, those Hawaiian ladies selling some really beautiful jewelry. Imagine all of it. Imagine how serene and beautiful, and how like something that is very touching to you, something that you have never experienced in your busy city life. Imagine all of it and then come back to the script. Close your eyes every time for a minute. Every time that you get a script, imagine and visualize your audience before starting to mark and see everything. I'll say imagine it twice. I'm I mean I'm getting these tongue twisters today. Imagine all of this twice. Okay. So let's just try the script. I'm not marking all of it. I'll leave it all up to you now because you guys are smart. You'll do it. In the heart of the South Pacific, just beyond Hawaii, lies a. Okay, let me just read the script first because I think there are a lot of grammatical mistakes. Lie 118 islands, pristine lagoons. Actually, marking punctuations is important here. Pristine lagoons, and white sand beaches. The ultimate escape. And it's closer than you think. A destination filled with romance and adventure, where every room has a view. Explore, indulge, explore, indulge, or simply be. With each day as beautiful as the next, this is paradise. Punctuation here. This is paradise. This paradise. Like, imagine the kind of impact that you have to say when you say this is paradise. The effect that you have to create when you have to say this is paradise or this is Tahiti. Tahiti. I think there has to be a colon. All right. So let's just go about the script. Like, you have to imagine serenity. You have to make sure you're convincing them by not being loud. You're convincing them by being peaceful. Peace is the emotion that you have to portray here. Okay. Completely peaceful. You're completely at calm. And so is the audience who is going to go to Hawaii. You are going to go to Hawaii. Let's begin. In the heart of the South Pacific, just beyond Hawaii, lies 118 islands, pristine lagoons, and white sand beaches. The ultimate escape. And it's closer than you think. A destination filled with romance and adventure, where every room has a view. Explore, indulge, or simply be. With each day as beautiful as the next, this is paradise. This is Tahiti. Tahiti, closer than you think. Imagine, like, I'm portraying this calm and serene and peaceful emotion out of the script. You'll see most of these travel channels and travel videos, they're not really very loud. Okay, they will portray some things very subtly. They will put these serene calmness because this is what sells. This is the escape that people are looking for, and this is what sells generally. So every script has an emotion. Okay, I have a few scripts ahead. This is another travel tourism script. Same emotion. I have this apex. This has the conversational, happy, warm emotion. This explanatory emotion. You will have to keep it conversational and explanatory. Great movies. This is going to be a happy kind of a script. So this is going to be a professional explainer. Okay. Professional kind of a script. So look at the kind of variations that you will get as explainers as well. You'll get a lot of variations. So in order to be ready for each variation, you have to play with your mind. You have to reprogram it, rewire it in such a way that you can actually feel all of these emotions. The best way to do it, You can't really go to Hawaii, but you can really feel like going to Hawaii. The human brain is great at imagination. The entire world is a product of imagination. If we can do all that we can imagine. And once you start imagining all of this, it will just start to manifest into you. All these emotions, you will be able to feel them artificially. You'll be able to feel them. Hence, every time that you get a script, try to visualize it, and then try to get a hold of it, like pass it through your entire body, like feel it in your nerves. When I teach you guys, I'm already feeling like a teacher. Not I'm not a teacher, but I'm already in those emotions. I'm already stepping into those shoes. All right? So, very important. Step into those emotions. Very important. Single most important thing. All of this, marking, punctuating, of course, this is important. This is like basics. You need to do it. Okay? It's like going to school and completing assignments. You have to do it. Okay? But if you want to do great, you have to be able to feel every emotion nicely. All right? I'll see you in the next one.